Encrypted here for every 3 faction war. This is Calderis Refinery and Eldar versus Imperial Guard. For the blue Eldar team, we've got Penix as a Farseer support commander that fights in melee combat with some awesome buffs, debuffs and control abilities too. Alongside 2 Eldar Warlocks. First up is Encrypted. This is the Exodites elite scheme, I believe, and we have Adila. These are melee heroes that can leap into combat with some powerful spells, giving them support, offense and disruption. Red Imperial Guard team, first up is Torpid as an Inquisitor, offensive commander with some awesome control abilities, begins in melee combat but can get ranged weapons, a little bit of support about her too. And alongside 2 Lord Generals, first up is Best Noob. He may be a noob but he's the best one we have. And we have Atlas. These guys start in range combat with these stormtroopers to help them out, can get some awesome defense and support capabilities going on. Add to this retinue throughout the game. This is the Armageddon Steel Legion elite scheme, I think, for Best Noob. So here we are then, Imperial Guard versus Eldar. Can be a very dangerous matchup for Imperial Guard, I think. If Eldar start strongly and keep their losses minimal early on, get those quick shurikens up, they can apply pressure, follow up with Wraith Guard, and it can be really tough for Imperial Guard. They'll need to be really strong in tier 2 and try and keep these sentinels alive, I think, because those missile launchers could be nasty to these big clumps of infantry here. We have Torpid and Atlas on the same team then. These guys are charged with the balance of elite mod these days. It looks like Torpid's going to go down here. Down he goes. And here's Atlas. Atlas, I think, mainly does the Auto Malia stuff, with Torpid doing the rest of the factions. I'm sure other people pitch in here and there. So if you want to complain about balance, these are your fellas to complain at. I'm sure they'll love me saying that. Howling Banshee's backing off of this Sentinel here. These are Penix's. He's got a Shuriken Cannon on the way. Expect at least 1 from each player, I think. No sign of 1 from Encrypted yet. Oh, there we go. Now he just gets 1. Red team a little bit slow getting their 4th units out here. What are they spending their power on? Don't see any war gear. We do have a Sentinel Stomp here for Best Noob. Are you guys looking at the power? You are looking at the power. Don't think they'll do a whole lot with their pew pew las guns, but here comes some Eldar to have a look at them in a way. They did some damage over there. There's that Destructor. Expect some Immolators too. Destructor into Immolator on big blobs of guardsmen. Can be very dangerous. Don't see it yet. Oh, we have grenade launchers for the Lord General. Gonna do some big chunks of damage to these Dire Avengers. There we go. They can all hit in the same place. It'll really help peel off some models. There's that Shuriken. You see the Eldar being aggressive, pushing up pretty far with their Shurikens, knowing that they have those grenades to apply pressure. That Shuriken's off the field though. Those Dire Avengers are off the field. Imperial Guard hitting back pretty well here. Inquisitor getting in amongst things. Be interested to see what she goes for. No Howling Banshees around to really control, although Penix does have some. That Sentinel goes down. I guess control abilities are always useful, not only against melee stuff, stopping things from moving around, especially when we've got Manticores around, of course. Double artillery spotters for Torpid. That was a direct hit on that shell. I think it does 50 damage at tier 1, but you can upgrade it quite a lot throughout the tiers. There's the Immolator Blade over here for Encrypted, doing damage over time on hit. Also gives you the awesome Immolator ability to set some ground on fire. Is that a thing Eldar can do, really? Just set things on fire with their mind? I don't think I've heard of that happening. This Lord General here with a Medical Sergeant. This is Atlas. He goes to tier 2 of just double guardsmen. Lots of pressure over here. There's the Doombringer from for the Farseer. Might have helped take down that Sentinel. Look at this. Shuriken comes all the way up to the entrance of the base here. And now it's bashing power. Good play over there from Atlas. It's a triple cap for the Eldar. Very strong tier 1. Red team seem to be very slow getting things out, and some players didn't even bother getting things out. They're going for a very strong early tier 2, I think, most of them. Atlas already almost 3/4 of the way there. It's a big risk. No catechins. Not really much of anything out in tier 1. Torpid did get those spotters. He did not get double spotters. So expect that quick chimera. Maybe some Ogrins as well from one of these players. Needs something to run into the lines of the Eldar and cause some problems. Manticores and other things can break up the guarding weapon teams for the Ogrins to get in. Triple Dire Avengers down here. This is Encrypted. None of them... Oh, one of them has the aspect. Continues to cause all sorts of problems at the mouth of this base. But we have a heavy turret going up, and this thing has vehicle armor, which is why these Eldar units are not doing a whole lot of damage to it, and they're having to retreat out. Nicely done from Atlas. There's a global ability of the Lord General. Penix found it funny. And he completely bashed the power and decapped it there. That's a big blow. Imperial Guard wants some power in tier 2. Do we have anyone on the... Yeah, everyone on the blue team is floating resources now. They could go tier 2. There we go. Penix the first to go on the blue team. Atlas needs some power to get a chimera up, I think. Inquisitor's down again. She's leveled to 2. Warlock jumping around. Such a pain in the ass for the Imperial Guard, especially early on. Oh no, these guys getting off the field. Imperial Guard might be able to make a comeback in the center here and try and solidify there. Stabilize a little bit. Hard for them to stabilize in tier 1. Chimera is on the way for best noob. Everyone in blue team now going tier 2. They're going to need to be ready for those vehicles. They can, of course, transition the Shuriken Cannon weapon teams into Bright Lancers, but might want a Fire Dragon or 2. Maybe some Warp Spiders. That was doom on those guardsmen there. Heavy turret keeping stuff away from the base. Don't think you can salvage those things. Farseer tying things up. Lord General caught in a bad place. But was ready for those Banshees coming in. Could retreat out there. Middle is uncapped. There's a bunker. And there's a Chimera. And here we see the Imperial Guard trying to stabilize in the middle. Eldar kind of abandoned in the center here. Where are all their players? Oh, they have a Bane Wolf on their power. That's why. Global ability of the Inquisitor. Almost wiping out that power farm by itself. Took a lot of damage though. Bright Lance getting some shots in there as you saw. Now it's going to have tons of repair support though, because there's going to be loads of guardsmen around from all the players. Ogrin's on the way for Atlas. That's a nasty grenade. Ouch. They can all reinforce off that Chimera, so they're not too fast. That was like 8 models that I think that grenade killed. Bane Wolf there. I think it's called a Chem Cannon, its weapon. Slows and debuffs damage, I believe, much like the Bile Spewer of the Plague Champion. Can also do the big puddle of crap that slows things down, much like the Plague Champion too. Here are some Ogrins. Heavy melee, super heavy infantry squad. Can really lead the line for your Imperial Guard, but you need to support them. Can't do everything themselves. You see the Lord General supporting them there with the Carapace armor from Atlas. Suppression immunity is pretty damn useful. How long does it last? 15 seconds. You have 2 Chimeras on the field. No, that's the Bane Wolf. Bane Wolf's coming up to have a look at some power, I guess. That's what he wants to do. Wraith Guard here for Penix and Encrypted Fear. 382, 229. Bane Wolf might have got a little bit too close, and I think it's going to be okay. Might want at least one Bright Lance. Yeah, one Bright Lance on the way. 379, 229 still on the VP. So it's a 1-to-1 cap. But the blue team trying to take red team's natural. They decapped it only. Imperial Guard looking pretty strong in the middle here. Some plasma gun guardsmen. Spotters with their tier 2 upgrade here. And tier 3 for Adila. Did not get any tier 2 units out, I don't think. Could be a mistake from blue team. They're inviting a lot of pressure on themselves by not going big in tier 2. A lot of pressure. If you're going to get one Wraith Guard, get two, I think. These guys getting caught and shot up. That's why those plasma guns are in play. Really tearing through the heavy infantry of those Wraith Guard. Ogren's made some good approaches there. Soaked up some damage, but they are forced to retreat. Nothing on retreat path to really threaten them. So a lot of guardsmen there. Where's the immolate? There it is. Couldn't really catch them not moving, but still did a big chunk of damage there. Another Chimera on the way for Best Noob, which is a bit weird. Manticore for Torpid. And that could be massive, because look at these big clumps of Eldar as they try to approach the middle. And she has crossbow bolt pistol to hold them in place. And there's that servo skull. Gives you the all-spec scan. Chimera gets away. They've used their vehicles very well so far, the Imperial Guard. Even the Bane Wolf's still alive. Usually doesn't last very long. Usually bashes its power and goes down in a blaze of glory. Or a puddle of chemicals. Yeah, Eldar just cannot stand and fight at all right now. They need to go in groups, at least 2 at a time, I think. Going in drips and drabs, are just getting forced off quite easily. Artillery spotters using their smoke to shut down that Bright Lance there. Grenades going in. Got Bane Wolf's alright. We've got some repair support. And this player forced off. This is Penix, who started very strongly against Atlas, but now is eating Manticore strikes to the face. Is that a third Chimera from Best Noob? That must be a mistake. Uh-oh. Howling Banshees have found the Manticore. Ogrins have found them, though, and they are going to town. Going to finish them off, I think. Maybe? No, they get away. Must have been a special attack or something. Maybe from the Farseer that knocked them over. Double Chimeras coming in. Bright Lance can't stand against both of them. Look at that, pouring out some decent damage. If you've got units inside. He does have triple Chimeras now. That must have been a mistake. Or some crazy high level strats. There's that Bane Wolf again from Torpid. And it's found some power. It's now very excited. Kicking off in the middle though with some Wraith Guard. D cannon on the field for Adila. They really have struggled to get things out, haven't they, since tier 2? So they've got Wraith Guard and they've upgraded some stuff, and that's about it. Adila's got a D cannon. Going straight to tier 3 is Fear. That's a pretty good Manticore strike there. You can't rely on Dire Avengers to carry your game. They can't scale infinitely. You need some more stuff out. D cannon here. Yeah, forced off. Look at this, they're just moving in big blobs of death. Got armor supported by infantry and Ogrins hanging around too. They've done really well so far, the Ogrins. That is Fear's Warlock dead in the mid. Looks like Best Noob is decrying Overwatch, or I don't think these Chimeras were intended. Manticore misses, but stops things from capping at least. Wraith Guard are going to take out this heavy turret. Get some XP if nothing else. Oh, there's a bunker. Is it a repair? I don't think so. Are you going to shoot it or steal it? They're going to shoot it. Wow. Almost took it out in a single volley. Oh, they got guide on them. Still, that's pretty mental. 262 to 218. It's very even on the VPs. Eldar seem like they've been struggling in engagements, but they've kept the VPs relatively even here. They did have that strong tier 1 though. At least one of these Chimeras just got to die, surely. Yeah, this one's getting Bright Lance hits. Gonna go down rear armor, there we go. One of those Wraith Guard going down. That's Fortune on them, I think. Yep, from the Armor of Fortune. Also has the Runes of Reaping. 242, 218. Imperial Guard looking good. They're looking pretty mobile as well. Not just sitting in the middle. They're pushing the sides. And look at this. It's double Dire Avengers and Wraith Guard. You're not going to be able to push with that, I don't think. We have a Fire Prism on the way for Adila. Another D-Cannon on the way from Fear this time. Now they can start making some impact, I think. But red team also are going tier 3. VP's very, very even here. Just 5 or so in it. Double cap though for red. Oh, that's a big Wraith Guard volley. Holy crap. But they're all reinforcing. 3 at a time, a lot of the time, off those Chimeras. Because they have Commissar and Sergeant. The weapon teams have just been overrun in tier 2 onwards here. There's that Fire Prism though. Awesome fire support from long range can give you big disruption potential. There we go. Ogren's charging through their own units. That's use your red, given them by the bonehead leader. Chasing off those Eldar fellas over there. Eldar not really presenting a united front to attack with. It's been hard for them to get that going. Not always easy. Shuriken slowing down this Lord General. He does have his Commissar retinue member giving him this big bubble of shielding. 55% damage resistance, I believe it is. It was much higher than that in retail. I think it was like 70 or something. Toned down a little bit in Elite. Wraith Guard should be fine. Yep. What is this? It's a sneaky Warlock getting a decap. Single now for red because they've decapped blue team's natural. They might get a triple here, red team. Once everything's capped up again. Inquisitor has the Interrogator's armor and infiltrates herself with the Inferno to try and get that Fire Prism. A nice idea, a little bit of a rocket run too. That was most likely from Torpid by the look of his red. Inquisitor gets away, she does get away. Almost level 4. That could be a nasty combo, that Interrogators with the Inferno pistol, because they don't have any detectors around the Eldar. Adila now looking a little bit thin with just double Dire Avengers and that Fire Prism. Fire Prism on the way now for Penix. But there's a Leman Russ, and Leman Russes eat Fire Prisms for breakfast. Fire Prisms need to stay at maximum range whenever they can, kind of like snipers. Look at all of this stuff in the middle. That's a medical bunker. There's 2 Manticores. There's Chimeras as well. Just reinforcing for days. They need a big nuke here, I think. The Eldar. At least one. Because it would one-shot the bunker, I think. And if you can catch some things near it, that would be good. But they're running out of VPs. Is 60 to 218. Imperial Guard, though. Best noob is... he's just got a Leman Russ out. I was going to say he looks a little depleted. There's an Eldritch Storm. Takes out the bunker. Not a whole lot else, though, I don't think. There's the Carapace armor doing its thing for the Lord General. Banshee's getting stuck in. Level 2, doing some good work here. Now leaping onto the Chimera. Don't think they're going to be much of a threat, though. But that's a lot of firepower coming out, I think. Look at this. Eldar coming back with a double cap here. Maybe even a triple. Warlock trying to get mid. Really nice push through, using that nuke to kind of shake things up a bit. Baneblade on the way for Torpid. Executioner Leman Russ in play. There is the triple cap for the Eldar. All of a sudden, Penix and Fear have some big rosters on the field. Can they make them work, though? There's that Destructor into Immolator, staying relevant in tier 3 against Imperial Guard. Manticore Strike hits nothing. Baneblade is like just over a quarter of the way done. It's a Fire Prism getting shots in. Wow, nice grenade. Chimera lives with 23 hit points. Still the double cap. Red team will get their natural back, but they don't have the middle now. They were pushed back. Baneblade could change that, but Fire Prism's no joke, especially with Farseer support. I guess Adila lost his at some point. I'm guessing it was this Inquisitor with her Inferno pistol. She's getting Purgatus. There's the remains of the Fire Prism. And blue team keeping the pressure up on this VP. Nicely done by Adila. Not got a huge army, but he's doing it well. Gets another D-cannon up. Those singularities will help them stop caps and stuff. Red team moving united to the middle, and will try and get the cap, but there's a lot of stuff going on over there. Warp throw, there's an Eldritch, there's an Immolator too. Really nicely done by the blue team. Seemed like they were set up to bait the red team in there and just laid waste to a bunch of stuff. Holy crap. Gonna take out this Chimera too. Yes, they do. Lehman Russ down, Chimera down, a bunch of infantry butchered. Nicely done by the Eldar team there. Ogryns moving in on this Shuriken. Now they're fighting Howling Banshees. What levels do we have? Level 2 Ogryns, level 3 Banshees, and there's Doom as well. Bad fight for the Ogryns now. Really bad fight. Might get wiped out here. Power melee damage doing bonus versus their super heavy infantry armor, and down they go. And here's some more Ogryns. Best Noob and Atlas now looking very depleted. What a turnaround for the blue Eldar team. They were behind like the whole way through tier 2. They couldn't really make it happen. But there's those two pushes have really changed this game. Both set up by nukes. There's a Baneblade, but I think it's too little too late. It's a 2-to-1 cap. GG says Atlas, GG says Adila. And Eldar are going to take it. I thought this was going to be Imperial Guard all the way. Eldar coming in, those nukes really helping them out. Imperial Guard just kind of capitulated at the wrong times. Could not, it turns out, rely on masses of guardsmen to carry them through. And Chimeras. Manticores are there. Didn't see them going off on those pushes. Maybe they were on cooldown and stuff. This is good. These heroes ended the game. Level 7 Farseer. Was kitted out pretty early, that Farseer. Warlock level 4. Did have Immolator as well. And that Warp Throw, which did some great stuff in that last push. Level 7 Warlock for Adila. Witchblade of Kernus. Cloak of Shadows. And Warp Throw. Inquisitor level 6. Changed their wargear quite a lot. Had Crossbow, Bolt Pistol. Now has Inferno. Had Interrogator's armor. Now has Purgatus. And got that cool Servo Skull. Level 7 Lord General for Best Noob, and Atlas with a level 4 Lord General, and the Carapace armor. There you have it, guys. It was a really cool faction war. Thanks for the players for taking part, and I'll see you next time.